welcome in our man, the Louis Vuitton wearing
The
play-by-play
Louis
man, Mark
Vuitton
Jones.
Don.
Mark, thanks for calling out.
The Louis Vuitton Don.
That's what it is,
man.
man.
You got to wear. Hey, my pastor says you got to wear your blessings. You got to wear your blessings because, like the ancient Egyptians taught us, you can't take it with you when you're gone, fellas. You know.
This is the truth. This is the truth.
You got to rock it while you got it, man.
Hey, all right. See, Mark Jones, the reason why everybody just went broke. Like, man, but everybody telling their wives, Mark said I could get this bag. He said, well, we can't take all this money with us. Go ahead and put something out there.
If you don't have debt, you're not living. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm talking about, Mark. That's what I'm talking about.
Kenny's about to be grounded from the show. Jazz, go. Hey, you can't play with your friends no more, Kenny.
Hey, Mark, I might have to stay in the guest room, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might have to. She'll be like, "I'll stay with Mark Jones then, if that's how you feel." I might have to come to the guest room.
Mark, you've been here a couple of years. You've been here a couple of years, man, and we watched the Golden State Warriors lose by 50, and somehow the Sacramento Kings became the butt of the joke. Everybody had jokes about the Sacramento Kings and Mike Brown last night, and Stephen A. went on this big long thing about how the Warriors could have caused Mike Brown a job in Sacramento. And man, you've been here 2 years. How frustrating is it for you that the Kings remain just like this organization is still they ain't played in a month, Mark, and we still a punchline here.
Man, somebody gonna catch some hands at some point from your boy here, man.
That's what I'm talking about. I knew that's where your mind was, Mark, because we on the same thing.
Hey, brother can only take so much. You know what I mean? Like, it's low hanging fruit for people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's low hanging fruit. It's easy. It's stupid. It's lazy. It's ignorant. So yeah, let people take their swings. It is what it is. People gonna say what they want to say just to get clicks, but that loss last night was all on Golden State and its players and its organization. It was nothing. It was exclusively without any kind of connection to the Sacramento Kings. So anything else, man, people are just trying to be bad comedians. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't get it. But I guess, you know, if you don't follow the league and you got nothing else to say that's good, then I guess you just take a shot at whoever's in front of you, and that just happened to be Sacramento.
Yeah. And now, Mark, I'd like to ask you, because some of the things that we talked about today was the frustrations. Like we're all three of us on this call right now. We're some competitive guys, right? And if we keep getting these jokes and, you know, everybody looking at us like the butt of the joke and the disrespect, we all sitting here like you just came on and said, like, somebody gonna catch these hands, or, you know, if we're playing, if we're on a basketball team, I'm about to go and give somebody some work, because, like, I'm tired of this. You spend a lot of time around these players, and some of the frustrations that we have and some of the fans have is it doesn't seem as though they take these type of slights and this type of disrespect as personal as, say, the fans do, or guys like myself and yourself do. You're around them. Are they just as frustrated and feel just as disrespected when they hear this type of stuff?
I think they are. I mean, listen, you are what your record says you are, but that doesn't stop you as a player from having your professional pride. And, you know, if you're a guy who's going out there and working out in the summertime and, you know, getting in your lifting and getting your shots up and, you know, getting your 10,000 shots in during the summer, whatever the number is, and going to open gym and playing against other NBA players and doing what you're supposed to do, and still hearing this stuff, that's got to upset you. And, you know, sometimes it's not your fault. It's the situation that you're in. It's the situation that the Kings are in right now. But, you know, I think with Mike Brown coming in, being able to start at the defensive end, and him having achieved success at that end of the floor is going to be a great starting point for Sacramento, especially when you look at how good he's been, you know, establishing a defensive-minded culture through the years, whether it's been with Cleveland, San Antonio, Indiana as assistant. You know, he's worked with star players. He's worked with LeBron. He's worked with Kobe. He's worked with Steph and Clay, Draymond. So, you know, he'll bring what's good to Sacramento and get this thing turned around. And at some point, the Kings players won't have to hear jokes. And if I'm De'Aaron Fox and the Kings are in the playoffs next year, I'm stomping all through people. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna pop my stuff. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let people know about it. There's a lot of frustration in a guy like that that's pent up, and he's a proud professional. So at that point, that's why I'm one of these cats where Kenny D'Lo, if I'm beating you in a game, you're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about it. I'd love to see. There's something about this Memphis team that I really like, and it's that they're so brazen and bold, and they pop their stuff on the court, and that's okay. I got no problem with that. All this stuff about calling technicals for staring at guys and looking at guys, that's trash to me, man. Let guys play, because as that's part of basketball as far as I'm concerned. I don't think you can try and litigate and officiate that kind of stuff out of the game. I prefer my basketball that way, and I look forward to Kings players being able to say some stuff next year at times.
100%.
Do you think that's a mentality that was set by the players? Was that a mentality set by Taylor Jenkins? Like, what would it take for? Because by all accounts, and I'm sure you can attest this, Mike Brown is a wonderful human being. We need someone in this locker room who's gonna garner that Memphis Grizzly spirit, or the guy Kenny and I reference a lot. As great as Karl Anthony Towns is, the guy who seems to create a culture shift there in Minnesota is Anthony Edwards. We need to do it with that mentality in the Kings locker room.
Yeah. I can always remember, I can't remember, I think it was Popovich told me, or somebody, one coach told me, it was always nice to have one player who's a little crazier than you are in the locker room. So, one player that scares everybody, you know what I mean? And I think that's part of it. It's having enough confidence in what you've done on the court already, what you can still do on the court, and to be able to go out and do it and talk about it and enjoy your success and bring people with you and celebrate their success and let people know that aren't on your team that we're having success against you right now in this moment. And that's what Memphis has. And I think the guy that drives that low key is Ja.
Yeah.
They're a team that's together. They're a team that spends a lot of time together off the court. I know I can tell you an interesting story about Team Morant that hasn't been told. That team is so together that there's guys on that squad that will go over to Ja's house. He lives with his mom and dad and his daughter. They'll go over to Ja's house and just hang out, and they're T will Desmond Bain will knock on Ja's door and say, "Hey, where's T? I need to get a haircut." You know what I mean? He's the team barber.
Yeah.
This is a crew that is really close, really close. And I think that's kind of where it starts. And, I know last year our guys met in Los Angeles for a little informal mini camp. I think as soon as Mike Brown takes the reins of this organization as the head coach, that's got to be one of the first things that happens is guys just spend time with each other. And you don't build culture without being together and spending time together and getting to know each other and identifying who you are and what you're going to be about as a group.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Mark, we appreciate you, man. You're so gracious for joining us on a game day. We're looking forward to watching you tonight, Dallas, Phoenix, man. We appreciate you. Can't thank you enough.
I just want you guys to know I'm a very sore loser.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mark,
I'm a sore loser. Hey, okay? I'm the guy that fights when he's leaving the court. Okay.
Hey, if there's ever
shoot for that, you got to shoot for that one.
Hey, Mark,
that wasn't a foul. You got to shoot for that. That's me.
If we have a media game or something like that put together here in Sacramento, I got to be on Mark's team, man.
Yeah,
that's the type of guy I'm knocking with right there. I need that guy on my squad.
Yeah, count me in, man. Point game. It's going to be here a while. You know what I mean?
It's going to be. No layups going all around here to end the game.
Mark, you wild, dude.
Oh man.
Oh man, have a great call,
I
man.
just want the Kings to be in the playoffs. I
Yeah,
want the Kings to be in the playoffs so bad, man.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like next year, this time, I want to be pulling up my schedule from ESPN and see Sacramento Kings on the menu.
Yes.
You know?
Man, that's all.
That's
That's all we want, man. Just like that, and it feels like there's talent on this roster. It just needs to come together. A few little moves from Monty, Mike Brown coming in and doing what he does best, and I don't know, man. Hopefully it's there. I'm just tired of watching the Warriors get beat and somehow the Kings are the jokes.
Right.
That's what I'm done with.
That didn't make me happy last night. I was watching the game with my wife and thinking, "Do you believe this bull?"
No, that was a mess.
And those guys on the TNT set, man, just saying what they want. That wasn't, you know.
I'm telling you, man. I hear that stuff, Mark. And if I'm one of them players, I'm pulling 2-a-days, man. I'm in the court angry today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we can only hope that's how they feel and that's how they take all this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Don't let me don't call security and have to pull me off of somebody, guys. Okay.
I was gonna say one more game, one more outburst like that. Mark gonna try to suit up for Monty McNair. Mark gonna be out there playing for Mike Brown, defensive stance.
Hey, listen, man, I have jammed up some of my colleagues at ESPN already. Never mind. I have.
Hey, look, I was about to say, I'm gonna sit between Mark and Richard Jefferson. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just let Mark do what he have to do to Richard Jefferson. Matter of fact, I'll say that.
No, I straightened him already.
There it is. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear.
Guys, take care, man.